On this episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast, we wrap up Death Metal December and 2025 by talking about Lifeless Birth by Necrot. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
We're two professional broadcasters. We like metal, and we like to talk about it. And today, we are talking about an album that came out last year.
Yes, last year.
2024. And we are recording this on New Year's Eve, 2025.
By the way, usually in the summer, if it gets too hot, that's the condition I get. Necrot.
Necrot?
Yeah, it's terrible. It's awful.
I feel like your neck should not be retaining enough moisture to develop some sort of gangrene. You've got trench foot on your neck. I don't know how you would do that.
Well, it was a party, and one thing led to another.
See, I guess maybe if your hair is constantly sopping wet, maybe that's a condition you could get, sort of like trench foot on your neck in a way. That would be gross.
That would be very gross.
That'd be really nasty.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. It's the last day of the year.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going. Nothing really going on.
Do anything over Christmas?
I don't know. I don't think so.
You don't know? Okay. I mean, I didn't. Other than Christmas, I did fucking nothing. I took a bunch of days off and did absolutely nothing with them other than paint.
I spent an hour with my youngest children on Christmas, and then I went home and watched Lord of the Rings.
I mean, hey, you got. I gave you them Blu-rays for a reason.
Yeah, and it was great. It was great. You know what I always forget rewatching those is how all three of them definitely do feature the Wilhelm scream. I mean,
oh yeah, I do not think. At that, when those movies came out, the Wilhelm scream was still like a kind of cute little hey, did you like, if you're a big movie buff, you'll recognize it.
Right.
Now I think because of the internet primarily, and various viral videos that have talked about, like, did you know that this scream is in so many movies? That I think people now, it's become too cliche.
Right.
It was still cliche in the year 2000,
but now it's too cliche.
Now it's gone so much further. I remember recognizing that even when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
I recognized that scream, and I had heard it in a bunch of movies before.
I think I first heard it in Star Wars.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Like those are the first movies. It was like, I've heard that same sound effect in multiple movies. I was like 6 noticing this for the first time. And yeah, the Wilhelm scream is definitely in all 3 of the Lord of the Rings movies. It was one of those things where you kind of had to put it in. It felt like you were obligated.
I mean, has that fallen out of fashion now? Do they don't still use it now?
I think it's used on occasion, but it's become one of those things where you know that a certain portion of the audience is going to roll their eyes. Yeah. And I think filmmakers don't want that reaction, because it's like I said, it's too cliche. It's gone past the point. Like there's a certain point with cliches where it's like everybody knows it's cliche, but it's still fun.
Right.
And then you go past it to everyone's rolling their eyes.
Yeah, it's a groaner now.
The Wilhelm scream has firmly gotten into that position. There's another movie scream. I don't know if it's the one. I think I'm thinking of the Goofy scream, which is the Yahoo! I don't think that is the one. There's a different one I learned about not too long ago that's used. That's also got a guy's name on it, but I don't remember what that one is. It is a little bit more like the Goofy scream, but it's not quite the same one. But it's like the pot break sound effect,
right?
That Red Letter Media usually refers to as the Kurlan Neskar sound.
The Kurlan Neskar
sound from Star Trek.
Yeah.
The artifact that gets knocked over, and it's the classic. I mean, if you think of a stock sound effect of like a ceramic vase breaking,
that's it.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one you're thinking of. I guarantee it. That one shows up. There's a particular door opening sound effect.
A glass shattering sound effect.
Yeah, the door opening one is used in the Two Towers. I think it's used when Aragorn does that really cool move where he. Wait, no. It's not the slow motion doors open that Aragorn does when he comes back to Helm's Deep after everyone thinks he's dead. It's not there. It's when the scene in the stables. When Aragorn like calms that horse down,
right?
There is a like stock door opening sound effect that sticks out like a sore thumb in that scene. I don't know if that's just in the extended edition or if that's in the theatrical. I haven't seen the theatrical version of The Lord of the Rings in so long.
That would be weird. It'd be jarring at this point.
Yeah, there are definitely I'm certain we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
there are certain scenes that certain extended edition scenes that I would cut out. Like if there was a drag and drop option of like create your preferred cut of The Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
There's definitely a couple of extended edition scenes that I would take out that just don't feel necessary to me. Like Merry and Pippin. There's a lot of extended edition scenes with Merry and Pippin I would kind of get rid of. But the Ent draft scene where they're drinking the water and growing taller, I know that happens in the books. But I remember in the movies that pops in a weird place.
Yeah.
And it's referenced one more time towards the end of the movie where they're like standing next to each other and like comparing heights.
Right.
So you'd have to cut that part too. But there's a few things. There are some that are absolutely mandatory. Like I think the scene in Two Towers when Faramir is having a flashback to him and Boromir retaking Osgiliath.
Sure.
That should have been in the fucking theatrical cut.
Yeah, that made sense.
Like, it's not that long. It provides so much context for Faramir's character and his relationship with Denethor. It sets that up like a movie, but like otherwise, Denethor doesn't show up until the third movie.
Right.
And this gives you a little hint of like, this is who his father is. This is why Faramir and Boromir are the way they are. Like, it adds so much context. And it's a great scene. You get a little bit of Sean Bean in the second movie. It's fantastic, and I feel like that should have been in the theatrical cut.
I feel like the Mouth of Sauron, though.
The Mouth of Sauron, you can keep the scene. I just wish they didn't so massively overdo that digital effect on Bruce Spence's mouth.
It's weird.
To make his actual mouth because 15 times bigger,
which is a huge mouth anyway.
Bruce Spence already has a gigantic mouth.
Yeah,
he has a huge mouth and huge teeth. He's like us. He's so tall and lanky. He's like the Australian the guy both of us have met and talked to.
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. He's like Australian Doug Jones, right? Like. I don't know why they made his mouth so big. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if they had just dialed that back and made his mouth a normal size, it would have been fine. It's like Peter Jackson when he did the same thing that he did with the Witch King's mace, except it didn't work that time. Like there's the story from the behind the scenes where like they made the original prop for the Witch King's mace and Peter was just like, it's too small, make it bigger. And he did that like 4 or 5 times until eventually they arrived at this ridiculously massive head for the flail.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, that's perfect. And everyone's like, that is so ridiculous. But on screen, it looks amazing.
It does.
It looks great, and you believe it. It works. It makes the Witch King so much more intimidating in that scene. And he's already massively intimidating.
Yes.
But it did not work with the Mouth of Sauron's mouth. Trying to think. There's another weird thing. You can always tell what scene is an extended edition scene just by looking at characters' eyes, because they always have this weird eye light effect just over their eyes. If you go back and watch, it's something I've noticed every time I've watched the extended editions where I'm like, why do they all have this very specific eye light?
I think maybe it's because the whole thing had it, but for a specific reason, like a VFX kind of situation, and then they were able to take it out of the final version.
Maybe.
They didn't take it out of the extended cuts because they just chopped those out.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly why or how that worked, or if the eye light itself is a digital effect. I don't know. I guess I've never Googled to see if anyone else has noticed this. Maybe I'm insane.
I mean, that's true, but I mean,
yeah. We know that.
But also,
yeah. There's this weird eye light in the extended editions. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't do much of anything with all my. I got a bunch of like D&D stuff done. I've got a session I'm running for my Saturday group.
Yeah.
Coming up that I got a lot of work done on. I did a lot of miniature painting. That's kind of it.
I've accomplished very little in the last week.
Yeah, and I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to catch up on sleep. That didn't happen largely because it only happened on one night, but the possibility of it happening again made me apprehensive about sleep, which was on, I don't remember if it was Saturday or Sunday night.
Your wrist issue?
No.
Oh.
This is new. I think this is because of my painting activities. Because when I'm holding the brush, I've got a death grip on it, which is, I think, not good for my arm in general.
Right.
No, there is. I've noticed it before, and I think it's only on the coldest nights, and also when it's windy out.
Okay.
It was the day when that might have been. What day was it? Did it snow a lot and it was really windy and kind of blizzardy? Was that Saturday or was that Sunday?
I don't remember.
But whatever day it was when it snowed a whole bunch and the wind was whipping around, there is a really low, rumbly sort of bass vibration that is only audible in my bedroom. And I know it wasn't like my upstairs neighbor or anything like that because I noticed it first that night when I was trying to fall asleep. Kept me completely awake.
Yeah.
I probably didn't fall asleep till like 3 a.m. I went to bed at like 11:30.
Yeah.
I tried putting in my headphones, but one of them was almost dead. So they had to go back in the charging case. I tried, like I turned on a box fan. I tried drowning it out, but because it's so deep, so bassy, nothing could block it out.
Right.
As far as like other sound. So eventually at like 2:30 in the morning, I got up, threw on my coat, and braved the blizzard to go out to my car and grab my earplugs that I use at the gun range.
Wow.
And put those in.
Did that work?
It worked, but I woke up with an earache.
Oh.
Because I'm a side sleeper, so one of these earplugs was being pressed further into my ear canal the entire night.
Yeah.
So for most of the next day, my ear was bugging. But I know it wasn't like my upstairs neighbor or anything like that because periodically I would walk back into my bedroom throughout the day, and I could still hear the noise all throughout the day.
So it's a wind.
It's gotta be.
Your room is just basically a whistle.
Well, I mean, it's right on the corner of the building.
Right.
So it's going to, depending upon what direction the wind is blowing, it's going to catch in a certain way. And I noticed it last winter too, and it drove me nuts then. This is the worst that it's been as far as like keeping me up. But since that night, it hasn't happened. It also hasn't been as cold as it was, and it hasn't been quite as windy as it was that night. So I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it's another one of a little list of things that I'm like, man, if where I'm like, man, it would be nice to have a house, not because there's never any mysterious annoying noises when you live in a house,
right?
But as long as it's not like a neighbor being extremely loud, when you're in a house, you can kind of get up and look around and do a lot of really deep investigation into what's making the noise.
Right.
And I think for me, that is half of the battle of not knowing what the fuck is making that noise. Because I feel like if I knew why the noise was happening, what was making it, I would have an easier time ignoring it and shutting it out a little bit.
Yeah.
The other thing is that it wasn't regular. It wasn't cyclical. It would just kind of happen. And you know, if I can come to expect like at regular intervals that the sound is happening, as long as it's not like in sync with my heartbeat, it should be okay. Because when it's in sync with your heartbeat, then it makes you focus on your heart beating, and then you're not going to sleep.
There's no chance in hell of that.
Yeah. So, that drove me insane a little bit, and did not.
Yikes.
Did not get much in the way of sleep. I spent the entire next day like completely walking around like a zombie.
Speaking of no sleep, do you stay up till midnight on New Year's Eve, or do you not care?
I think I usually do, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
I'm not like watching I'm not watching the ball drop or anything like that. I'm just usually like, okay.
Well, you're almost 30. It should have dropped by now.
Oh, no, it hasn't. Have you heard my voice?
That's right. You do turn 30 in March, don't you?
Yeah, I turn 30. I've got big plans.
No, you don't.
Yeah, it's the same as always. I'm probably going to go to Homesteaders in the morning and get myself a waffle.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to watch Lord of the Rings. And that's going to be my birthday.
I just realized something.
What?
That there's a pattern here.
What?
I watch the Lord of the Rings movies at Christmas. You watch the Lord of the Rings movies on your birthday. I get you a gift Christmas present
for Christmas, and you get me a gift for my birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a pattern.
It is a little bit of a pattern.
Yeah.
Yes. I probably could. I thought about why I mentioned, I think last week, that I wanted to watch Lord of the Rings on my time off, but I didn't get around to it. It is a big time investment.
It is.
Where it's the sort of thing where it's like, if I watch it now, am I going to want to watch the whole thing again on my birthday? Traditions are important.
They are.
So yeah. I don't know.
Well, patterns are important. Yeah.
Patterns, traditions, potato. Routines, traditions. A tradition is just a routine born out over the course of years.
Yes.
That's all it is. Yeah.
Like I broke routine tonight.
What'd you do?
Well, see,
Taco John's.
Yeah, I went to Taco John's. But by the way, I was thinking about it while I was sitting in there by myself, thinking, I'm going to eat this taco, then I'm going to go to the John, which I kind of did. Or it sounds like it might be a special toilet for those who've eaten too many tacos.
This is the Taco John.
Yeah.
This is specifically the Taco John.
Right. It's fortified. So, but no, yeah. Normally I leave the house to come here at 6:45, and then I get here right on time.
Yes.
I left at 6:15 because I was going to stop and get a burrito.
Yes, there you go.
And I thought, oh shit, I'm wading out into the weeds here.
What's going to happen?
What's going to happen? I don't know.
Scary.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all that anxiety is your brain going, I don't know what's going to happen.
Right.
So that means it might be bad.
Yeah.
We need to prepare for the eventuality that it's going to be bad. We need to be aware. We need to be alert, just in case someone tries to kill us.
Right. Or talk to us.
Because your brain does not know that you are not on the savannas of Africa, and that sound is definitely not a lion. You don't know that.
So it might be
deep in your brain.
Exactly.
You don't know that.
It could be a large carnivorous beast.
It could be a lion, could be a leopard, but it's probably just your neighbor's dog, which still might attack you.
Yeah.
So maybe you should be. You know what they say?
Yeah.
You're not paranoid if they are out to get you.
Right.
And they are.
My neighbor's dog, by the way, is a corgi, and he's about 14 years old. And he's blind.
Probably not going to attack you. If it did attack you, it would probably be kind of cute.
Yeah, it'd be adorable. Well, here's the thing: is I come home, I have to walk by their door to go to my door, and the dog barks furious, and it's happened where I've done that. I've gone and he's barking, and his owner will open the door with him and his leash, and he sees me. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry, dude.
I'm so sorry.
I didn't mean to yell at you.
you.
Yeah, we're cool, right?
Please forgive me."
Yeah.
I think there are a couple corgis in this building.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a dog. I think it might be a corgi. I haven't heard it in a long time. The neighbor downstairs and one to the right from my perspective had a dog, a small loud dog that anytime it was let outside to do its business would spend the entire time barking. The whole time it was outside, the space between barks probably constituted a second at most.
Sure.
It was a waveform you could set your watch to of this dog barking.
As long as it didn't sync up with your heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never hated a dog more. I don't know if I've ever hated a dog before. Before that dog.
But you hated that dog.
I hated that dog. I normally love dogs. I adore them. I think they're wonderful. I've been scared of dogs before. I'm not normally scared of dogs, but in my previous apartment, one of my neighbors had a German Shepherd that had a way of looking at me that made me feel like if that dog, it did not bark at me. It was not baring its teeth. But if I walked by, it would go to the very end of its leash and try to get to me in a way that felt threatening, in the way that an emotionless serial killer is threatening. Like this dog, it felt like this dog was giving me like the Kubrick stare. It was really intimidating. And because part of it is it's a German Shepherd. So in the back of your mind, you see a German Shepherd, in the back of your mind, you're like, those are police dogs. Those are dogs that, you know, you grow up watching television, you see them latch on to a dude's arm when he's wearing a big, huge Kevlar suit.
Right. And he needs that suit because that dog will tear his arm off.
Like, so yeah, and like if they'd have like the window open into their living room, and the dog would be sitting there. I'd be walking out, you know, going to my car or walking through the parking lot or something like that. The dog would just watch me the whole fucking time. It's looking right at me. It's like, what kind of vibe do I give off that this dog wants to murder me? Like, but again, never barked at me. Wasn't like growling, didn't bare her teeth. But I would, if I walked past them with the dog going to get my mail, the dog was trying to get to me. Was trying to get to me, not in like not wagging the tail. Like no discernible, like I spent my whole life around dogs.
Yeah.
Like my parents always had dogs. I recognize the basic emotions of a dog. I recognize nothing. It's like, this dog is not excited. This dog is not angry. I have no idea what this dog is feeling, and I don't like it.
Getting no vibe from the
I'm
dog.
getting no vibe from this dog, but it is trying to get to me. And that was concerning.
Wow.
Yeah. Other than that, I don't know if I've ever been like really afraid of a dog. I don't know if I've had a particularly bad encounter with a dog before.
You know, when I was a kid, one thing that the family used to love to watch was a program on the television. It was a television program called Magnum P.I.
Yes.
And on the estate, they had a couple of Doberman Pinschers.
Yeah.
And my neighbors next door had a couple of Doberman Pinschers.
Okay.
And so watching on the show, you know, how they train these dogs to be guard dogs and they'd attack. And I go walking by the Thomasons' house and I was like, please don't be out. Please don't be out. Those guys will murder me.
What were the dogs' names? It was like Apollo and something, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
They had like Greek god names, I think.
Zeus and Apollo or something
that sounds right.
Yeah.
That sounds right. I don't know if I've really had particularly negative interactions with a dog other than that German Shepherd, and I don't know what its deal was. It's mysterious.
I'm just imagining. See, I'm inventing the story in my head because I didn't actually see it. So you're using your words to paint a picture. And I'm seeing this dog staring out the window, smoking a cigarette, just putting its paw to its eye and pointing at you. You know.
Yeah. The other night I was sitting on my couch and I had my blinds open.
Yeah.
And I looked over. And I just see the silhouette of a figure on one of the other balconies, and I'm like, they're looking right at me. Like, I could not see where they were looking. They were too far away, and it was just like a silhouette by the light on their deck, but it was warmer out. I was like, I'm sure they were smoking, but I just had the feeling. I was like, they're looking at me. I know they're looking right at me.
I feel like there's some medicine you should be taking.
I swear to God, I'm not paranoid because they're out to get me. I mean, you know me. I don't like people looking at me no matter the distance.
Yeah, people you know.
I don't like it when you walk past when I'm trying to record something and you look at me through the windows.
Right.
I desperately wish that those walls were opaque.
Or at least a curtain.
Yeah, or at least there was a curtain or something. There's huge windows on our studio rooms. And it would just be nice if I didn't see all the activity. Because also, my windows face the lobby.
Right. So if people are sitting out on the furniture, it's
people are talking, people are watching TV. It's, at times, extremely distracting.
But I feel like when I'm in there, I feel like at some point someone's just going to open the door and throw in a raw steak.
Here you go.
Here you go. It's like I'm in a zoo.
Tina, come get your dinner, you fat lard. Feeding a llama steak.
Was that what was it?
It was steak, wasn't it?
I thought it was like
in Napoleon Dynamite,
a casserole of some kind.
Maybe it was. I remember it was in a dish, but I thought it was steak. In my mind, it's steak, and that's part of the joke, is that Napoleon's such an idiot that he was like, "Oh, we got leftover food. I'll go feed it to Tina," and it's a steak. But I don't know that for sure. It's been a very long time since I've watched Napoleon Dynamite.
Any whore.
Any whore, anyhow. Any whey. W-H-E-Y.
Right.
Any whey.
Any courage.
Somebody's had to have done something with that, right?
Well, like a product of some sort. Like
any whey.
Any whey.
And it's for...
Just milk liquids?
For protein stuff. Protein stuff.
Protein stuff.
That was the food marketing term of the year.
Yeah, protein stuff.
Here's this food, and we've added protein to it because because Americans really need more. The average American really needs more protein.
Good Lord, that's the thing. They were doing the high protein diets this past year.
Yeah,
and we were talking about that in the prep materials. Yeah. How hopefully that's going to go away for 2026. Yeah. Also, the hypercarb thing.
Like if you are active,
yeah,
that's fine. Absolutely, get your protein. You need it. Your body needs it.
Yeah.
Building and repairing your muscles. Absolutely, you need it. Mm-hmm. But if you're not really all that active, I think you're good on protein,
right?
Probably. The fiber maxing trend. There is a certain point where absolutely you don't need, like, too much fiber is not going to be helpful. But the vast majority of Americans don't get enough fiber.
Right. But going the other direction with it is not.
Going too far is not particularly helpful. But I mean, like, I take a fiber supplement almost every day, and since I've started doing that, I prefer it to the alternative. I think it's saved me on toilet paper, to be sure.
Well, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah. It also depends on what kind of fiber you're eating.
Well, a nice big bowl of colon blow would be...
Different kinds of fiber will have different effects on your... There's certain kinds of fiber that will make your movements more solid, and there are certain kinds of fiber which will make them softer. It depends. So
what if it's carbon fiber?
That will make it really
strong.
Well, it's going to cause a problem. It's not going to be good.
Yeah, no.
You don't want it to be that rigid.
Right.
That's.
You're going to shut out on nightstick.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, you could make it into the body of a sports car.
Sure. Man, you see my new car? It's the shit.
It's made of carbon fiber poop.
Oh, that reminds me. There was a story in the prep today talking about how a lot of people are tasting pennies because of
COVID thing.
Right. But the funny thing is I was just glancing over stories and I saw that at first and I went, people are tasting what? Oh, pennies.
What? I'm confused.
I thought maybe it said penises. But
tasting penises.
Yeah, apparently. It's like, what the
I mean,
this about?
I mean, and why is that in the prep?
No, yeah.
Penises go in mouths all the time, but not usually for the purpose of taste.
I mean, I don't know.
Look, no judgment, but that's not usually what that activity is for.
It's not a flavor sensation.
It's not. Yeah, it's not about the flavor. Usually. Just to be safe.
Yeah.
Because it is for somebody, that's for sure.
Oh, of course.
everything is for someone. That's a fact of human life. Everything is for someone, and it's been that way forever. That's not new. People have been fucking weird, and I mean that.
Yeah, in every sense.
In every sense.
Yeah.
Since the dawn of time.
Yeah.
There's weird art going all the way back since there's been art. As proof that humans have been weird and kinky forever.
And the fact that on OnlyFans, there's how many feet pages are there on there? I mean,
my personal theory is that everyone is a little weird in some way.
Everybody has a thing.
Everybody's got a thing. Just because you don't know what your thing is doesn't mean you don't have one. It just means you haven't discovered it yet. And if you say firmly you don't have a thing, you absolutely have a thing, and you're lying about it. You don't have to go and tell everybody what your thing is, but everybody has a thing, and I'm convinced of it. I'm convinced that everybody's a little freaky in some way, and we don't have to talk about it. That's fine. But I think that's the biggest reason why people shouldn't kink shame. Is judge not lest ye be judged.
Right. Yeah, we'll find out your thing and we'll kink shame you back. I mean, no, we wouldn't, because that's mean.
You shouldn't. But anyway,
hey.
Do you want to talk about death metal?
Yeah, let's talk about Necrot.
Yeah. So Necrot is an American death metal band from Oakland, California. Founded back in 2011. They had a whole bunch of demos leading up to their first album, which came out, I believe, in 2018. They had another album that came out in 2020. This is their third full-length album. It is called Lifeless Birth. It came out in 2024. And these guys have gotten a decent amount of attention throughout the span of their career. I think they're one of the foremost, I think, death metal bands in the sort of the style, the trend, the subgenre of new old school death metal.
Yeah, it's kind of meat and potatoes a bit.
Yeah. They're not particularly concerned with being the most brutal or the most heavy or the most technical or the weirdest or most progressive.
Let's just write some good songs.
They just want to write some cool fucking riffs about demons and witches and gory violence. And they did that. And it's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah, and I noticed one thing they do. They do that that sort of dissonant finger trill thing that Candle Corpse does an awful lot of. Yeah,
it's sort of like it's kind of a tremolo picking sort of.
Well, it's a hammer on, hammer off.
Yeah. It ends up sounding a little tremolo-y, but it's not quite the same. A little black metal-y at times, which is why the word tremolo keeps popping. Tremolo. Is it tremolo or tremolo?
We would just say trem.
Trem.
Back in my day.
Yeah. But yeah, a little black metal-y at times with the guitar, in a way that I really enjoy. And this album is comfortably mid-fi is what I would call it.
Right. It's well recorded.
Yeah, it's competently mixed and recorded and produced, but it's not so lo-fi that it's annoying. And it's not so clean and slick that it sounds lifeless. It's got the perfect amount of fuzz. I feel like it sounds old school in more ways than just the riffage and the lyrics.
And I know you already know what my favorite song on this is.
Do I?
Probably. It's the one that we listen to go, yeah. OJ involuntarily started headbanging to this.
I don't know. We'll get to that in a bit.
All right.
I had a feeling that maybe we would end up having the same favorite, but I'm not entirely sure. I feel like there's a lot of moments on this where one could end up headbanging. Like I said, it's just they decided not to go down any one particular path available to the modern death metal band, and decided to just make some cool ass music. Like Gate Creeper is kind of in a similar situation, but I feel like they lean so heavily into the HM2 sound that it almost becomes its own thing.
Yeah.
Like it almost becomes its own style, the sort of HM2 sound that they have. They're also pretty doomy at times, especially on their more recent albums. They have a pretty significant doom metal lean that does add a little bit more into the mix stylistically. This has occasional moments of being a bit more creative and pushing a little bit harder. I can't remember. There's one particular song. I want to say it was Dead Memories. Okay. Is the riffage on that is a little bit more complex. If that's the correct one I'm thinking of. There's also a couple moments of not quite melody, I guess, but like there's a couple guitar solos that definitely lean a little bit more towards something slightly more melodic or
I noticed that about their soloing on this.
Yeah,
they really keep it early 90s thrash metal.
Yeah,
a lot of times.
Yeah,
it's not the
it's not like Kerry King Chaos,
no,
which is where I think a lot of death metal bands went with their guitar solos. Outside of like Death.
Yeah,
which was always pretty clean and as far as death metal goes, Death was pretty well mannered.
Yes.
But like Cannibal Corpse, their guitar solos tend towards the messier side.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Suffocation, but I actually don't know if there are any guitar solos on the Suffocation songs that I've listened to. It's been a while since I've listened to any Suffocation at all, so.
Good to do that.
Yeah, there was a point this month where I thought maybe it was like, should we listen to Effigy the Forgotten? Because I did that with Jaren long ago.
Sure.
But I ended up deciding on something else instead. But the guitar solos definitely feel very sort of more classical thrash metal.
Yes.
Classical thrash metal.
I'm sure that's a thing.
Thrash metal with classical music mixed in. I mean, what is it that Rob Scallon has said about Necrophagist, where if you like transpose it and like change the instruments, it sounds like Bach. Because he got a MIDI version of a Necrophagist song and played it through a building. He played it through a pipe organ,
right?
That had a MIDI controller. This massive cathedral in Chicago, and their organ had a MIDI input that they figured out how to make it work, and so he put that through the pipe organ, and it did sound like classical music. But I
wonder if the Pope got to hear it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Possible.
If he was around that day. At that time, he would have still been the Archbishop of the Chicago Diocese. I don't know exactly how that works. I don't know if he was bishop or archbishop or cardinal or what.
I don't know.
I don't remember what he was at the time.
Archenemy.
The archenemy of Chicago.
Yeah.
I think that's at this point in time Donald Trump is the archenemy of Chicago.
Yeah.
But so Necrot. Does this album slap?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I absolutely think this slaps for sure. Score 5 reviews came out to 80.8, which is pretty decent.
Yeah.
All right. So what is your favorite song?
The song that once I heard it. Once I heard it, I couldn't get it out of my head. Drill the Skull.
Okay. I can see, definitely you would. It definitely has like a very, well, because it's got like a chorus as well. It's definitely one of the catchier songs and riffs.
It's a catchy song.
My favorite is Winds of Hell.
Yeah, that's the next song, right?
Yep. After Drill the Skull. Winds of Hell is I think one of the more kind of theatrical leaning songs.
Yeah.
That's the one that's got the guitar solo where just a little bit of melody starts to bleed, or maybe some harmonies. I feel my musical vocabulary is not expansive or accurate enough, I think, to
It's kind of more structured lead, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, it's a little bit easier on the ear in a more traditional music kind of way. That I think works very well for the song. But yeah, Winds of Hell, definitely when I first heard that solo, I was like, ooh, that's different. That's a little different. Very good song, in my opinion. The band, by the way, before we move any further, and I guess sort of wrap up our discussion of it.
Yeah.
The band consists of Luca Indiro, who plays bass, plays guitars, presumably just on the album version, and he also provides vocals.
Oh wow.
Then Sonny Reinhardt is the other guitarist. And the third and final member is Chad Gailey, who plays drums. But this is their third full-length album. I remember their second album. I remember seeing like that album art before in many different places. Their second album, Mortal, which came out in 2020. I seem to remember that getting a fair amount of attention. I think that was really kind of their breakout of like getting them a lot of attention in the death metal scene of like, oh, these guys are really good.
Yeah.
I definitely remember seeing this album art of a bunch of skinless people that have seemingly been flayed holding their own skin out.
Like you do.
Yeah. You ever seen that? There's a Catholic saint who was supposedly flayed and survived because of his saintliness and like wrapped his own skin around his body. There's a marble statue of this guy. It's the most fucking metal thing ever. Like it's not obviously not rendered in color, but there's a statue of a skinless human man with all the muscle that like the attention to anatomy is incredible, and the way that the skin looks rendered in marble is fucking insane. Like whenever you see someone like in marble simulate like soft flesh, it always blows my mind when someone is able to like render the way it looks. There's a statue I think of Hades kidnapping Persephone. Where like he's got, he's like grabbing her and carrying her off, and you can see his hand like pressing into like the skin of her thigh, and it looks so realistic, but it's fucking marble.
Right.
It's incredible.
Or the David.
Yeah, Michelangelo's David. Yes, absolutely. It's sculpting is nuts to me. The way that you can take a giant slab of stone and make something like that out of it is insane to me how that works. There was I carved away everything that wasn't the statue. Like, that's the most rest of the fucking owl thing I've ever heard. You ever seen that meme?
No.
Here's how to draw an owl. First, draw 2 circles.
Then
draw the rest of the fucking owl. I hate instructions like that.
Yeah.
I need step by step. I hate when like an instruction booklet skips multiple steps.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you can look at the diagram and maybe intuitively understand how it's supposed to work, but sometimes it's not clear. That shit really pisses me off. It's one of the things I always liked about Lego instruction booklets.
They're piece by piece instructions.
Yeah. I mean, there are like some sub-assemblies where it's like, okay, now do this thing 14 times.
Sure.
But like they do occasionally skip some steps, but they always felt very intuitive to me.
Yeah.
Like that's a bit of like industrial graphic design that I think is really genuinely very impressive from like a professional perspective is Lego's like instruction booklets.
You ever been to the Lego store in the Mall of America?
I have. I love it.
I have 2 feelings about it. Like, I love this. This is badass. I could stand in here all day.
Yeah.
But then I started to get really tired looking at the goddamn sculptures that have taken months to make.
How do you, that like, and like visualizing. They have, like Lego has digital software for designing, like digitally designing sets.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's some like way to kind of generatively design something like that. Like, okay, like make this shape and fill it in with pieces, and then you can go in and like maybe recreate certain things. But yeah, that seems like it would take so much goddamn time.
Yeah.
And it's nuts. The other thing about the Lego store is looking around and see how fucking much everything costs.
Yeah, very expensive.
I was talking about this, I think, over Christmas, where we were talking about Lego or whatever, and it's like, I think we were talking about like the new Lego Death Star. That's like $1,500.
Right.
And I'm like, man, people like to complain, like Warhammer fans like to talk about how expensive it is, but then you look at like something that's similarly sized in Lego, and you're like, oh, it's about the same. Mm-hmm. It's like I played with small plastic pieces and put them together when I was a little kid, and now that I'm grown up, I do the same thing, and the price has stayed about the same. The price has stayed about the same, but now I have to do so much more goddamn work.
Yeah. I still love that story about the woman who got invited by her friend to you come into the birthday party, and she's like, cool, I guess it's her son's birthday party. What should we get him? Let's get him a cool Lego set.
Yeah.
And then they got to the party and went to the gift table, and there was like ties and bottle of whiskey. And it's like, oh, this isn't her son's birthday party.
This
is her husband's.
adult man.
So they set down the box and kind of snuck away from the table. And like an hour later, they hear from inside the room, sweet, who got me Legos?
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Like if someone got me like a Lego set for like a big Star Wars ship, I would be fucking pumped.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
I would be like I've got a couple that sit on shelves. I've got an X-Wing. I've got Slave One, Boba Fett's ship.
They're out there.
Yeah. I would be pumped as hell to get a big Lego ship. I think just for practical purposes, I would prefer that money be spent on a Warhammer vehicle, because then it's something I don't have to buy for my army.
Right.
I did buy a tank that's also on the way.
Like the vehicle?
Yes, like the vehicle. Because I bought a standing desk. But the site that I bought the standing, I got some money for Christmas to help pay for it, but it was an Amazon gift card, and the brand that I wanted to buy from did sell on Amazon, but the specific model I was looking for, they didn't sell on Amazon and only sold on their website. So I was like, okay, I can offset the cost. Basically, I'll use the $100 to buy something I was going to buy anyway, and then pay full price on my own for the standing desk. And so I used it to buy the next Warhammer thing that I was going to buy anyway. That was on my list of like, okay, this is the next thing I'm going to purchase. And then I bought the standing desk. So ultimately, the costs were offset, but the money wasn't spent directly on the standing desk.
That reminds me. I was going to just one last thing here. At my night job, the bar I work at, somebody finally said, oh yeah, OJ, you've got a gift here in a bag. And it was a gift bag. Open it up, and it's this really cool wooden guitar pick holder. A lot of different candy, all the kind of candy I like. Just these really, really cool gifts. I'm like, sweet, who is this from? And they're like, we don't know. I'm like, well, maybe it's someone who knows. Oh, shit. So if you're listening right now, and you got me a gift and you didn't put your name on it, you just put mine, thank you.
A mystery gift.
I have got a mystery gift.
That's fun. Huh. Maybe it was from someone creepy. Maybe it was from a serial killer.
I mean, that's kind of my type.
Are you paranoid? They are out to get you.
Yeah.
All right, what medal do you bestow upon Lifeless Birth like Maz Kanata Chewbacca?
I give it a gold.
I'm inclined to agree with you. I wrote down silver, but it was going to be a high silver. But this was really good.
Yeah, I
really
want
like
to
this.
Do it again. I got that one song stuck in my head, and it won't go away.
Yeah, and I want to listen. I want to listen to Mortal as well. So I think by our general criteria of I liked this and I want to listen to it more, that's a gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Next week, it's going to be January, which means it'll be Black Metal January, is normally how we do it. So, do you have any ideas?
I couldn't remember if we had talked about the latest album, the one that came out this year, for Gall's Word.
Oh, no, we definitely haven't. I don't think we've talked about Gall's Word at all. Or Weird.
Weird. I think maybe it is weird.
I don't know how it's meant to be.
WYRD.
Yeah. I think it means it's the same root as like world, I think, but in like Old Norse or something like that, it has different connotations for like life or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the former frontman of what was the big band that he was the frontman for? Gorgoroth.
Yeah, Gorgoroth. Yeah.
Gorgoroth, and
he also did some folk stuff.
Yeah, I can't remember what. Wardrunga.
Yeah.
He was one of the founding members of.
His band, Gall's Weird, put out an album, Braiding the Stories.
Okay.
This past year. I've listened to some of it, and it's a little bit of, it's got a foot in both worlds.
Yeah.
So.
The funniest man in the world, Gall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Famous Norwegian comedian, Gall. I've never witnessed a less or a more humorless person in the world.
A drier person.
The way he speaks is just so totally lacking any feeling whatsoever.
Satan.
He's not even excited about it.
No.
Like, come on. Be a little bit excited about Satan. What the hell? Literally, what the hell? All right, so we'll talk about that next time. But until then, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our subscribe. Subscribe, you are, with your writing ability. Subscribe to our podcast feed on whatever podcast service you're using to listen to us. And thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
Congratulations.